lovely Cape Town in South Africa, where we find ourselves having some relaxing time with friends and family. And yeah, we're just taking some downtime before we move aboard Maia and go and travel full time.
Our boat Maia is currently waiting for us in Malaysia, and she's now cruiser ready.
Yay!
So it's taken a year to get to where we are today since we started the whole purchase process, and a lot of people ask us why so long. However, the question we get asked the most is, how much did it cost? Or as we like to say, where the f did the money go? Stay tuned to find out.
Maia was listed for sale at $28,000. So why did we choose Maia? Because there are a lot of listings in this price range. Yeah, so why did we choose Maia? Let him have it.
So one of the reasons was we had seen her before. So she'd been listed before, and because we'd spent the last 2 years going through listings and checking what's out there, she caught our attention a couple of times. So we'd seen her listed, sold, and her features ticked all of our boxes of which we wanted. So we wanted classic, we wanted old school, we wanted sturdy, safe, and we wanted a boat where there'd be no major issues which would cost us a hell of a lot of money to fix up.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going off topic a little bit because you just want to hear about dollars.
Yeah, how much did it cost?
Let's stress this first of all. Give yourself time. This is going to take a lot of time. Looking at boats, finding the right boat, the actual process of buying a boat, the process of fixing up a boat. Don't put yourself in a stress situation where you feel pressurized that you need to find something or that you need to do something. So start way in advance when you start checking listings, see what's out there, compile your deal breaker lists so that when that boat finally comes along, it screams at you, this is the one.
Yeah.
And you will know when it's the one.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the 28,000. What next? So because we were in COVID lockdown, we could not travel to go see her. So we had to depend on independent and objective surveys, and of course our research that we could do online. Yeah.
Correct. So before you can start pulling people's boats out of the water and start doing surveys, etc., you have to make an offer, and an offer that's been accepted. So asking price was $28,000, and because we knew the history and some other interesting information, we offered $25,000, and this was accepted quite quickly. To show your commitment to the buying process, you would have to then wire a deposit amount to show that you're serious about this process, and this is going to take time again. It's going to take bank charges, and you might lose some money in exchange rates. Of course, if the purchase doesn't go through, you will get that money back. But that was the next step. So we had to go ahead, make the deposit payment, and then we could request the actual surveys. Now the first survey that we requested was just a brief initial walkthrough. And what we wanted to find out was the pictures that are on the listing, are they up to date? Because you will sometimes see the same pictures on the listings as this process has gone on. So we sourced an independent surveyor who went on board. He was great. He took, I think, 200 pictures, which he sent to us, and then made himself available that we could actually call him and chat to him to discuss this before we decided to carry on with some in-depth surveys. So 200 pictures later and $250 later, we had our survey of our initial walkthrough with up-to-date pictures. Looking at that and chatting with the surveyor, we decided yes, it would be good to actually start the full survey process. And that would include an in-water survey, out-of-water survey, and then a sea trial. The full survey would have been or cost us $400, and of course then you also have to pay for the travel lift, and we paid an additional $400 to get Mahia out of the water for her hull inspection and then put back in the water again. Now these costs for the surveyors and the travel etc. is non-refundable. If you don't go through the purchase, then that money is gone.
Yeah.
So, but we went ahead and did it in any case.
Alright, so our deal breakers were the standing rigging, the condition of the hull, the condition of the engine, and actually anything that could compromise the safety of the boat. So once we had our findings from the very comprehensive survey, we renegotiated, and then we put our offer in at 24,000 Rand. Sorry, I'm in South Africa. $24,000. And this was accepted. Yes!
Now, have a look at this clip. So how much money do you really need?
Indeed. So we took advice from a YouTube channel we were watching, and they said whatever you spend on the boat, make sure you have the same amount to spend. What did I say? Whatever you have
on the boat.
Wait, whatever money you spend buying the boat, you must also have the same amount to spend on the boat. Fixing it up. Yeah.
Yes, you got it.
Okay. So yes, we actually found this advice a long time ago on YouTube. We were following a sailing channel, and they said whatever price you pay for the boat, expect to pay the same in getting her cruiser ready and insured and just in general ready.
Ready to go.
Yeah, so this is the advice that we followed. Yeah, $24,000 for buying her, and then $24,000 in getting her ready. Where's that money now?
Gone.
Gone.
Gone. So once the purchase is completed and deregistered by the previous owner, you have to get it registered in your name. And this was one draw card for us for Malaysia, because registering a vessel was relatively easy. Didn't have to be there, it didn't require additional surveys, and we did it online. And the total registration for the first year is $965. Besides that, we had to make vinyls printed for the transom at $40, and we had to have it insured, and the first year of insurance came in at $800. So, where are we now? We are proud new owners of a classic sailboat. She is registered in our name, she is insured, but she needs some work taken care of. So, from there we need to get her hauled out again so that this work can start. Remember again that we're not able to travel, so this work we're not able to do ourselves, and we don't have that kind of experience to do the work ourselves. So next step, get her hauled out. Another $400 for the haul out. And now you must remember she's registered in our name and sitting in the marina, so we are liable for those marina fees at about $380 per month, and about $55 for water and electricity. So that's where we are now. She's ready to get hauled out, well, after 3 months actually, and work getting done.
And then we got our first curveball.
On the day of haul out, the engine would not start and the engine would not turn over. So the haul out was delayed only by a day, and the next day she was towed and then hauled out. And this bit with the engine was going to cost us a little bit more, but we'll come back to that later. Alright,
so she was hauled out. Am I right? No, she's already hauled out. Okay. So, she was sanded down.
She's been sanded down.
Okay, wait. Sorry.
Was she sanded down twice?
Probably, yeah. No, she was sanded down, she was primered, and she was polished.
Yes.
And then she got a couple of extra coats of anti-fouling, and her entire battery bank was replaced. So that total cost came to $6,350.
Cha-ching!
Cha-ching.
Bye!
Bye!
Right, so back to those engine issues we spoke about. Firstly, these guys are amazing. And again,
Totally.
details down below. I wouldn't recommend anybody else but them.
Yeah. I think they literally saved us from sinking in the future. Literally.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Totally.
So they work mainly on engines, but they can work on propulsion systems, and that's where our boat needed a bit of help as well. So according to the survey, we started from the back. That would have been the prop shaft, which needed straightening. The cutlass bearing needed replacing. We had a leaky shaft seal. We had some seacocks that needed to be replaced because they were not marine graded.
And this is where they helped us from not sinking.
Yeah, we had a second curveball while working with these guys because while replacing the two seacocks, realized that two of our through holes were brass and were pretty corroded. And if you're going to change one or two, you might as well just change them all.
Yep.
So, and they were on hand to give us a lot of good advice.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So these guys work in this way. Let's explain it. Is that they'll give you a choice. They do the work for you and then hand the boat over to you, or if you can, you go work for them basically. And while you're working, you're learning.
Yeah.
So when we were there in May, they were still busy with work, and we went in there and we basically got stuck in. And that way we learned our boat and we learned what to look for and what to do. Besides this, installed a battery charger, some circuit breakers for shore power, and the total bill $4,450. Money well spent.
Well spent. Yeah.
Super nice.
Super nice guys as well. Yeah. Alright, so this completes all the necessary tasks in getting her cruising ready and safe. And then we started compiling a list of home improvements, which were not essential, but essential to us because she's our home, of course.
Great. So we purchased and installed a wind anemometer,
yeah.
yes, which came in at $450. For our AIS system, we had to buy a new docking cable so that we can configure our AIS, and this was a very expensive cable at $300. We serviced our manual bilge pump, $60. We installed 2 automatic submersible bilge pumps, and this came to $240. We spliced, anchored and installed our own lifelines for $120. Thank you. We replaced all the interior lighting, $300. We replaced all the interior fans, $300. Money well spent.
Money well spent. Yeah.
We replaced our outboard carburetor for $60. So we were fortunate enough to be handed or donated a whole bunch of canvas.
Oh, thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. Legend. And to get these cut up for our Bimini, as well as replace our Dodger windows, $450. We replaced all our fenders at $240. We replaced all our freshwater plumbing, including new faucets and shower heads, for $230. My biggest home improvement of all, one I'm very proud of, I have to say, because it was the biggest job but probably best one done. We installed a holding tank. We're now compliant. With new sanitary hose, $600. And we installed rainbow chain markers so that we now know how much chain we're letting out at all times, and removed those tie clips that are not recommended in any case.
So luckily, while we were still working in the Maldives, we sorted ourselves out with all the cameras that we thought we needed for filming. But unfortunately, our GoPro Max, the 360 camera, has failed on us after only 1 year, so we're quite bummed about that. Unexpected expense. Anyway, so I just actually wanted to say thank you to our Patreons and the sponsors that have given us cash donations, because your money is going to help us get a new camera. So thank you very much.
Now, yes, we were very lucky again, because the previous owner left us with a boatload of tools.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Pretty much anything you can think of was there and was left there.
Yeah.
Including power tools, angle grinders, there's a generator, petrol generator, you name it, it's all there. We did a couple of upgrades. I bought a cordless drill and a couple of screwdrivers, etc. But this is a saving of thousands of dollars if you have to kit your boat up with tools. So thankfully that's there and that's done.
True.
Yeah. Then we spent a couple of $100 on spare parts to have on board. And a lot of the things that we ordered, such as couplers, bearing, flexible couplings, etc., came from all over the world. So some of the stuff got in Malaysia from Thailand, some come from Australia, some from the UK. So couplers, bearings, for example, when we ordered backup, flexible couplings, backup. And on board we now have spares such as fuel filters, oil filters, impellers, fan belts, so a couple of $100 there just to make sure that we have stuff on board when things start to break. That was mainly engine and propulsion systems. Then we stocked up on some glues, some paints, some thinners or acetone, and all the other fluids you might need, so oils, lubricants, etc., coolant is now all on board, so that's also a couple of $100.
Alright, so the comfort on the boat is my department. So when we were sailing in Malaysia, we had quite rough conditions and very, very, very rocky, and yeah, anyway. And since it was going to be our new forever home, I thought, alright, so mattress topper for the V-berth is a must. I like sleeping on a cloud. And then I got us hammocks, the chair hammocks for the cockpit, so we can just hook it in and chill. And I got us other hammocks so we can put that up on the bow of the boat so we can relax under the stars. And also when we go onto an island, we can also clip up the hammock like that. So yeah, that was my...
Wind scoops.
The wind scoops. So when we are at anchorage, these wind funnels, they funnel the air in, and they awesome.
Breeze bandits, check it out, they work so good.
Yeah.
I was skeptical, but yeah. Well done.
Thanks.
Sorted comfort out.
Comfort.
Done.
Done. Okay, are we done yet?
Nope, but the funds are. So when we get back, we have to, we have to.
No, we have to.
Replace our chart plotter, and we're looking at a $500 replacement cost on there. And our spinnaker pole, the running rigging, has been removed since I don't know how long ago, so we have to sort that out, and I'm not sure of the costs yet involving that, so we can fly the spinnaker, the pretty one.
Okay. I haven't done the re-registration, there's no budget. Anyway. Oh.
Nicole, unlike me, is the master of planning, logical thinking, and an absolute genius. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
Nicole, has put some funds aside so that if we have an emergency situation, we need to get home quickly, that those flights are covered.
Yeah.
And
marina fees.
And marina fees. Yeah, so if we have to come back and we have to leave her in a marina, we have funds for that as well. So those things are covered, and we have funds set aside nearly for re-registration, which is coming up in...
He forgot to tell me that the registration fees are yearly. I thought it was a once-off.
like forever.
Oops. We'll sort it out. It's fine. We'll eat peanut butter on toast. Forever. Joking. What's next? Oh, yeah. What?
You've been dying to say.
I know. Okay, so that is how $24,000 turns into $48,000.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Oh well. Yes.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. If you've made it till this, thanks for watching.
See you soon. Thank you.
Bye.